Top lane, it's going to be Koikfa playing your Queen of Pain. Going down towards the mid lane, you can see a nearby lingering Bulba going to be playing once again, and no surprise. The Skywrath Mage, Way2 playing your Wraith King. In your mid lane, it actually will be TC playing your Razor, and rounding out the bottom lane, we do have Demon, aka Pegasus, playing your Faceless Void. And well, coming into this matchup, franchise history, Liquid going against Navi, 35 games going against each other. Advantage for Navi, sporting 21 wins to Liquid's 14 last time these two met. Dream League Season 1 prelims back in April 16th.
And the thing you have to keep in mind about that statistic, though, is that there was that old Liquid too. So this is just a completely different squad, and Navi has had the same lineup for some time, so it'll be the same players for them. But I do like TC going in the mid lane actually a little bit. He has a salve, and he should know this dual lane is coming. Puppey's going to grab the Invis rune down bottom. Dire team don't see this rune here. They have no vision coming out from the Observer Ward. And, oh, this is not good. They have no detection right now. They're going to run potentially right into Puppey. They actually smoked up. They're looking in the jungle right now. That's, oh my lord, that's the best rune you could get, Puppey. Oh no, and he actually sees that Way2, I think, threw up the Observer Ward as well, but Puppey just immediately, that smoke, useless coming up from Liquid, but great rune coming up for Puppey here.
Getting a lot of information that they love, so they'll look out for it here in the mid lane. But for Liquid, they see that all these trees have been taken down right here, so they should know that they're going to look to build up some stacks very quickly for the Tiny. Expect them to make a revisit over there and maybe try to thwart them from getting all that additional farm.
Absolutely, so they're actually going to head bottom. They're just going to keep the Quake up here in the top lane alone. He should be fine. He should fend for himself. If he gets a couple of stacks on him, he can blink away. Bottom lane is probably going to be where the action happens, and ХВОСТ knows that the rest of the supports are down here still. And they saw them come through with Puppey, obviously, and he has Sentry Ward, so it looks like he is going to counter that ward as soon as possible. They know that he's over here, though, but with the Centaurs, he should be safe. Bulba's going to try to wrap around to the backside, but Puppey, just knowing this, just runs away. Way2 with boots first, trying to run on top of the Enchantress, but not going to happen. The double Centaur Conqueror train running at him, so.
RNG is good with Puppey in this game thus far. Look at those two big bad boys to work with right now. And meanwhile, bottom lane, Stun going to fly out here on Demon, but just a little bit of harassment, nothing to commit with just yet.
Yep, so, I mean, if Demon gets any trouble, he can always just time walk away, or hope he backtracks double edge if he decides to go for backtrack. But early on, and Demon loves to do this, you'll see some of the offlaners go for backtrack. He loves getting time lock, and even before he gets a second point into time walk. So Puppey's coming in on the backside right now. Demon's going to try to juke this as best as possible. There's one stop, nicely done. It actually went through, and the other one, well, it's coming through as well. The enchant coming out, the regen rune, it is going to be top. Demon's going to eat a tree. Should be fine. Puppey's just going to chase after him.
And Way2's right there in case they try to overcommit and go for this one. So nice quick last second time loop to avoid the incoming chain stuns that Puppey is definitely known for on this Enchantress. But he'll take the long road, head all the way back to the bottom lane. ХВОСТ taking advantage of that brief moment to get some CS for himself. But valiant effort coming out from Navi to try to get that early gank.
And Liquid are actually either close to winning or winning every single lane of CS. Navi in the mid lane, TC's doing actually fine, sitting on 9 last hits, and Dendi's sitting on 9 as well. So a bit interesting to see that how that lane is going. ХВОST in the bottom lane, and he's actually down to Demon a little bit, but maybe we get some support help. That'll be different. Maybe we can get a kill as well. They tried already with Puppey, but no such luck there. In fact, has to deal with a safe tormentor now, and Puppey's just got a jungle.
Yeah.
So he actually does have Wild Wing to enchant if he wants to start stacking things up, and he'll do just that. He'll make the stack happen here. Dark Troll is there as well if he wants to bring that out. So a lot of options for Puppey in the jungle once he gets some mana going his way.
I mean, he has a lot of options, but he might need to make room for Funnick, because Funnick is having a hard time with this offlane. As you can see, he's actually potentially heading that way towards the jungle right now. Might need to forfeit over his offlane. This is looking very nice right now for Koikfa to farm up, and we have seen time and time again, Koikfa is one of those players who can take advantage of some early farm and begin to snowball out of control, and Queen of Pain is one of those heroes who can do it very nicely.
Yeah, it's sort of like the Storm, and which he's played in the past as well, so Koikfa getting free farm is a bit scary, but again, you talked about Funnick and how he had to kind of just make way in that top lane and just kind of come down to this jungle, but he'll be able to, I think, get a couple of these stacks. I don't know if you could do it now, only with level 1 sticky napalm with the change. It's going to be actually difficult. He's going to stack again, I think. With help, he can do it, absolutely. But
also fly up to the high ground there.
Yeah, that's true. But still kind of finicky to deal with. But as we keep going, ХВОST gets time lock procced by Demon, who's got the RNG in his favor right now. He has poor mid shield as well, so he shouldn't take too much damage from right clicks alone. Get some extra agility going his way. If he can get a Chronosphere, he's still only level 4, but when he gets a Chronosphere, he can maybe even try to go for a solo kill on ХВОST, even though he is, I mean, Void doesn't have much damage early on here, so.
No, ХВОСT will salve up. Plus, with the benefit of that return, he will have to work pretty hard to try to take him down. And, you know, we'll see how it gets it done. Still, this dynamic duo here in the Wisp lane, the Tony Wisp combo happening it out right now, except for Kuroki, you know, hanging nearby, trying to, you know, get enough XP for himself because it's all about getting that level 6. And, well, if they want to try to begin to do some heavy assault, once getting hold of that relocate and shifting around that tiny, that would be very favorable. But here we go, Liquid trying to make the first strike here. Smoke up, heading forward, leading the way is going to be His Majesty way 2 on the Wraith King, but they're going to catch out Puppey potentially. Are they going to pull the trigger on it? There goes the heavy nuke, the jumping coming out from Demon. Puppey might be in a world of hurt. Actually stuns him out with a Centaur, but that is not going to be enough. They take him down. Venison is on the menu tonight, boys, as Puppey will fall first blood going to a Liquid.
Yeah, that's very nice. They just saw him here sitting in the corner. They were able to jump on him, and Puppey did get up the Nature's Attendance, but it's only level 1. It's not going to save his life. The Centaur Conqueror Stomp, like you mentioned, was there. ХВОСT was nowhere near to help his teammate out, and boom, that's it. First blood, baby, going to the side of Liquid. So off to a fast start. The problem for them right now, I was talking about how well TC was doing in that mid lane. Not so much anymore. He's been kind of shut out of the lane. Obviously, when you get levels up on Kuroki, he's got, you know, level 2 spirits, and well, that bottom hold that thought as ХВOST getting caught out. Because the Skyward Ancient Seal, the Chronosphere is going to go as well. Demon wants this kill. He's got level 6, and he is going to find it. It actually goes to Bulba, using that, of course, Arcane Bolt, getting the kill. Nicely done. So 2 quick kills coming out. So while yes, Dendi is farming in the mid lane, Kuroki, they're still getting kills and being effective all over the map. And top lane, Sonic Wave from Koikfa, blowing up Funnick. One last right click will do the job and gets the kill. No uphill miss for him. Nicely done. 3 quick kills going to Liquid.
Wow, Liquid just going on an assault early here, and Navi just not looking like their former self. Really struggling early in the phase, especially when you have Puppey here on the Enchantress, someone who's been known to get the aggression early here for his team, and still looking for it here in the bottom lane, but he has to be careful. They're picking it out, and they're looking to converge once again. Wave 2 revisits Puppey once again, finds him, throws out the Ray Fire Blast, quickly tries to throw out the heal, but not be enough. TC shows up. There goes the Centaur ultimate to save Puppey's life, and it is enough to help him out. ХВОST there to save the day for Puppey. Not going to be so lucky the second go around for Liquid.
Yeah, that defensive R button press, and I guess Puppey's really lucky that they had that Centaur Warrunner ultimate rather, because he missed his Centaur Conqueror Stomp, which would have been huge had he got it connected on TC in order to stop any sort of aggression in the first place. They wouldn't have to waste that R button potentially, but, well, at least Puppey survives, and he's actually having kind of a rough time. He's a level 4 student, still doing well, and part of the issue for Liquid now is they don't have the levels on the Wraith King just yet, and they don't have the benefit of that jungler. So again, a very greedy lineup that Liquid is punishing early on here, but Dendi is level 5, Kuroki's level 5 as well, so they're getting close to relocate, and all of a sudden, you can't be as aggressive once they start jumping all over the map, essentially.
Top lane, Funnick did deny out the tower, but regardless, the first structure will fall in advantage for Liquid. Just a little bit of extra gold to throw into their pocket, and well, Puppey pulling out the smoke. He is relentless on trying to find the first kill for his team and just kind of hope that's going to be the start of good things to come. Even ХВОST exchanging over here to the mid lane. Possible rotations continue as they converge possibly up to the top lane or just kind of linger about. But Liquid now, not on the assault too much, pulling back. You see TC off into the jungle, stacking it up for himself or maybe possibly for others, but just continuing to find resources elsewhere.
Yeah, he's actually got a buckler now as well in his inventory, not yet on his person just yet, but while this is all happening, Stampede's going to be off cooldown rather soon, and Funnick is sitting here on the Bat Rider as well with his lasso ready to go, so they're trying to make something happen in this mid lane. They have the smoke. I don't think they popped it. They're just kind of waiting around and just seeing what they could find. Firefly coming through from Funnick, and that means TC kind of has to ditch this creep camp. He doesn't want to give any away. He doesn't want to give a free kill away to Funnick. He's actually going to TP to the tier 2 tower top lane. While that's all happening, though, Demon's putting pressure on the bottom lane, and in the jungle, Way 2 looking for Puppey yet again. The Wraith Fire Blast is going to go. The Ancient Seal, the right click from Way 2 should be enough, but look at that untouchable. Doesn't matter. They'll grab the kill. They'll back away as Dendi and Kuroki were making their way over. They decide against it. They want to go back to farming.
They had to warded out this bottom river area, so Puppey had no idea the rotations were over, so he's starting to feel like nowhere is safe for him, just constantly under assault from this Liquid team, and they quickly acquire their second structure for themselves. This has been an extremely strong performance coming out from Liquid in the early laning phase.
Yeah, and not only that, but Demon picks up the tower kill, and that gives him a hand of Midas. He's got Tread's Midas at 9 minutes in, and the off-lane faces Void with 47 CS, third in the game, only behind Koikfa and Dendi. Speaking of Koikfa, he's sitting on Oblivion Staff, again going to go for that Orc Malevolence. A build that we've seen, I guess, it was probably Korok who pioneered it, at least in the American scene, on the Queen of Pain. It's something that we haven't seen in a while, because we don't usually see the Queen of Pain too much anymore, although still a very strong hero.
And he might even just consider building it up similar to his Storm Spirit. I mean, Navi, you may ban out the Storm Spirit, we'll just go ahead and grab a Quap and just kind of fill that same role that Koikfa did so well in the previous game.
Yep.
So, well, continue pushing forward. Puppy by his Losum, trying to get his first sets of golden XP for himself, and Liquid just kind of abandoned the bottom lane. Demon farms out the jungle on his way out, and Way2 makes the full shift all the way up and over to this mid lane. And we've seen a very quiet Dendi and Kuroki combo over here. Kuroki now level 6, has the relocate. Dendi on level 6 himself as well with the drums now. But, you know, when are we going to see them try to move around and get some kills?
That's the question, and I imagine that this game is going to bust wide open rather soon. Even though they've shut down Puppy in the jungle, Kuroki and Dendi, you really can't stop them from farming and being aggressive. XBOCT, he's getting closer to a Blink Dagger, sitting at 1,000 gold. Same with Funnick. Funnick has gotten a bit more farm, 1,500 gold. He's got a GG branch, boots, and bottle. Once he gets that Blink Dagger, I think that's when they start going. Is when maybe Funnick gets the Blink, and then they start being aggressive with relocates. But I think Liquid have played a pretty good early game here. The question is, can they take this into the mid to late stages of this game? If Dendi gets farmed, all of a sudden, you're dealing with a massive freaking rock that just hits you with a tree essentially across the face. I mean, we assume he's going to go for an Aghanim Scepter, but
yeah.
I mean,
Tiny could be one of the best carries, if not the best carries in the game. I mean, he gets a hold of a full 6 slot itself, but that's a long way away. And for Navi, it's not looking so good thus far. But the first time they will possibly be able to strike is, like you said, when Funnick gets a hold of that Blink Dagger, expect him to smoke up, and that will be the time for them to strike. And it'll be on Liquid to try to defend it out. And one of the hardest things you can do as a Batrider jumping in is going against something like a Faceless Void. So it's going to be down to Funnick to find the right window of opportunity to jump in there and try to secure a kill.
Yeah. So, we'll see if they want to be aggressive. I mean, Funnick is very close to that Blink Dagger, and that's actually pretty good timing considering what he had to deal with in that top lane, and obviously sharing the jungle with Puppy on the Enchantress. Level 6 now for Puppy right now, and it looks like everyone else on the side of Liquid has level 6 with the exception of the Wraith King, who Way2 is still level 4. Having a bit of a rough time right now. And going to TC, we see this actually rather often. People like to go for putting points into their Plasma Field, maxing out, and their Static Link as well before they even get their Eye of the Storm. He put 2 points into the Unstable Current, which I think is nice. His mech is actually done at 11 minutes, surprisingly enough. That's an Orc at 11 minutes for Koikfa, so they're getting their items. There's the Blink Dagger. Man, there's like 5 items just came out.
This UI is doing some serious work over on the right-hand side, and, well, I called it out. When you get a Blink, you also got to get some of that sweet purple stuff, so expect Funnick to blaze it up here in a moment, jump in, and get the initial first kill, hopefully, for Navi.
Yeah, but at the same time, you look at Liquid, they're smoking up, and they're actually going to run right into Puppy yet again. There's the Blink, there's the Orc with the right click coming through. I don't know if they'll need much else besides this. Puppy's about to fall, and will. Now, Tiny and Kuro are coming over, but they decide against it. Funnick is still smoked up, ready to fly, but Liquid are they're putting out a clinic here of early game aggression with the heroes they have, but TC getting lasted up. He has a mech, he's going to get tossed as well. He will fall, the first kill of the game going for Navi. They finally get on the board, and that's Dendi and Kuroki. Being aggressive, they pop the drum charge, no relocate for that. And they're going to try to go for this tier 1 tower in the mid lane. We'll see Liquid try to rotate and maybe stop this aggression. And again, Koikfa does have Sonic Wave. Might jump on Kuroki and try to grab the kill here. Kuroki running away. He's got a tether. He's going to use it early, but they're not going to chase. They decide against it for some reason.
Yeah, I think even Liquid, if they wanted to, could have made the full jump in. You do have Demon here now, and he does have the Chronosphere to work with only 2 there, and obviously Funnick had already used his lasso and everything. I think they could have been a bit more greedy, but maybe that's just a testament to Liquid and their new way of playing a lot more patient and waiting for the right time to strike. And, well, they're pinging out the top lane, and they're feeling that this Batrider might be a good target to go for. Jumping Koikfa, blast out the screen, the shout strike to follow. The big Sonic Wave to fly out, and one more lingering auto attack will secure it. Koikfa moves on to a killing spree here, and Liquid push ahead 6-1.
Yeah, so I mean, Koikfa is done. And you think about the last time he played Storm, a lot of his kills came a bit later on in the game. His aggressiveness early on has been paramount so far. But again, you still have to be careful. Dendi's doing a very nice job of farming up. He's got a lot of CS. He's getting closer and closer to his next item. But the problem also is, not only do you have to worry about TC and Koikfa, you have to worry about Demon. He's got a massive Madness, Chronosphere, jumping Midas as well. He's got the attack speed to boot. So smoke up the seat gate again. If they can find out Dendi or Kuroki, get either of these kills, it'd be a huge boon for them. Dendi specifically, if they can take him down, but Kuroki, well, here we go. Massive Madness, jump in, Chronosphere, it's gonna land on both of them. The Mystic Flare, the silence on Dendi. They're in trouble, Wraith Fire Blast, he'll fall, 2 quickly killed. Liquid get yet another 2 going their way. It's 8-1 and a tier 1 tower probably right afterwards.
This is a dominating performance coming out from Liquid. Very crazy stuff. TC pulls out the Eye of the Storm, but yes, they pull back. They see that maybe some impending trouble could be coming their way. They had already expended some of their very useful skills. Don't want to avoid getting caught out, but step back. Happy with the momentum coming thus far. 8-1 the score. I mean, I don't even want to imagine what the gold graph looks like right now. It's already near 5K, relatively early in the game. You know, they did get 1 tower, actually 2 towers already acquired, so they're, you know, that does come in handy with that graph, but man, speechless performance here for Liquid.
Yeah, honestly, they're just playing this exactly like they need to. I mean, they have the draft that works well with early game aggression, and Navi have yet to use a relocate. That's not their fault, potentially. I mean, there's just not a lot of options to use it yet. I mean, they don't have any vision out of it, which is kind of tough. ХВОСT just gets his blink dagger, so now it's Navi's time. 2 blinks are ready to go. Dendi with the damage. KuroKy there. He has 2 points into overcharge, so that, you know, it's going to be pretty nice. But while this is all happening, they're looking to make yet another go on Puppey, who's been... he's just been bullied this game, I think.
It's rough, and I am personally a big Puppey fan, and it's just disheartening to watch right now. Oh god, here we go, Mask of Madness. If he wants to leap in, he can go for it. There it is, the big leap, no Chronosphere even needed. Funnick is on the way, but a Flame Break is not going to be enough to help out your drafting captain in need. But here we go, relocate to come. Dendi tosses way too all the way back on top of Funnick. They can try to take him down, but he has the reincarnate to work with, and there it is. It's going to be by ХВОST. Jumps in with the Centaur, quickly bursts down. KOIFUN gets that bounty, and Funnick moves into a double kill. Looks like Navi are going to try to strike back. Way too will fall this time and ends up going down. It looks like they're going to try to take more here. TC on the retreat pops the mech, but he's going to end up falling here. Heavy damage. Finish it off with a toss, and Dendi get a double kill. And as we're beginning to count him out, very late Demon jumps in, does secure 1 kill, going for the whisk. Can he get a double? He will, but feeds himself over to Dendi. Triple kill for him in the end. 11-6, and well, Liquid had such a strong start that just fell apart right before them, and Navi jump right back with the counter punch, redeeming out Puppey's early feed. Unbelievable.
Fantastic play from ХВОST, jumping in to stop the double edge, killed 2 immediately. KOIFUN couldn't get anything done there. That was just a bad fight to take for Liquid. Yes, they got the kill on Puppey, they needed to get out immediately, but the re-engage coming through, the relocate coming out, Dendi doing a lot of work in that team fight as well. That's pretty much an Aghanim Scepter almost done. He's got 2 of the components already, and that's something that they couldn't afford for Liquid. They really just, all they needed to do was play patiently, but they couldn't get out. The relocate was something they did not expect, especially after Puppey's death. Fantastic play from Navi to get back into it. You look at the graph, it's still going Liquid's way, but 3,000 now instead of the 5 that it was before. So, Demon being a bit too aggressive throwing his life away. You mentioned the double kill down there happening, but then he just dies instantaneously because of mass increased damage that he's taken. So, maybe slow down a bit. TC wasn't there, he couldn't mech up his teammates, and I don't know, we'll see how Liquid decide to play this in the next couple of moments.
Fantastic start for Liquid still, but yeah, time to pump the brakes, shake it off a bit, you know, don't get too overzealous. I mean, they're trying to catch up Puppey very close to that tier 2, and everyone just kind of showed up to the party, and here we go. It's been all about getting a hold of Puppey in this one. They scout him out in a bit, but already way too looking to converge and head out elsewhere as he does retreat off back to the base, and well, Liquid do pull back, and now with Navi inheriting all this additional gold and XP coming their way off a very successful team fight, push forward and try to add some additional damage on this tier 1 tower in the mid lane. They have yet to take their first tower of the game.
And Dendi actually has his Aghanim Scepter now. I mean, 75 gold, unless he dies right now, he's going to have his Aghanim Scepter for probably the next engagement. The rest of Liquid are ready to go, though. I mean, KOIFUN's still here. He still has an Orchid that he still got very early on. It's difficult to deal with plus 1 point some odd gold here. If he gets BKB, which he probably should next, he's going to be in Cloud 9, but on Cloud 9 rather. Dendi's still farming rather well. I mean, that's the Aghanim Scepter done. ХВОST is going to get another item. He's got a cloak. You look at that Raider's getting close to his 4 staff. So after that fight, they get that next set of items that Liquid had the advantage. You know, they were close to that next set of items. Now it's Navi right there with them. So KOIFUN is going to back off. He's going to TP to the top lane, get some more farm, and, well, highest in net worth in the game right now, Dendi, 8.3k gold.
Pretty much just based on that fight. God, he got big real quick.
Oh, yeah.
Now Dendi with the benefit of that Aghanim. Look at a clean house on this. Oh, man, Navi, very devastating start, and they're looking to make things a stalemate right now as we get ready to approach the mid-game, and this is looking very nice for them thus far. And Tiny, not only going to be able to hit hard, he can siege towers very, very quickly with the benefit of that Aghanim Scepter.
Yeah, the Aghanims, the overcharge coming up from KuroKy, the tether move speed, getting an Assault Cuirass later on down the line, it's going to be huge, but I'm surprised, even though Liquid, yes, that fight didn't go their way, they could still find fights as long as they're maybe initiating on, you know, Dendi and KuroKy, they have Chronosphere, so difficult to deal with, but Demon decides that he wants to farm. He wants to go for a Maelstrom, get a bit more right-click damage, despite maybe getting blown up in that fight. BKB might be okay in that situation, but then again, with Mask Command, it's not the best choice. So, Koifa, 2,000 gold in the bank, what's his item choice here? Will he go for the Ultimate Orb? Who knows?
Remember, we forgot about the Lincolns last time. It's still a potential option if he wants to kind of go down that road, or, you know, BKB or what have you here. Would definitely avoid the heavy onslaught or the initial stun combo coming out from Dendi. So, you know, we'll see how he decides to take that path. I would imagine something along the lines of some additional survivability for himself so he does not get locked down and blown up like we saw in that fight previously.
They want to try to relocate on top. It looks like Funnick is fire flying through. He's got a smoke up to see it as well. They're waiting for an initiation. Bulba would be great. Koifa maybe even better. He went for the Ultimate Orb. Could be the Lincoln Sphere like you were talking about. Maybe the Scythe. There's a lot of options here, but Funnick will back away, decides against going for that kind of crazy kill. Instead, they're going to jump into the Roach Pit right now for Liquid. This could be a nice little boon of gold going their way.
Navi's doing a rotation to the top, so without proper ops here, they do see it right there, but with Demon leaping in, I don't think they know that this is happening right now, so it could potentially be an uncontested Roche. They do not have the most amount of damage to work with, so they will have to work for it, especially if Demon's going to be doing it all by his lonesome. So TC opts to be in the mid lane in the meantime, but he has to be careful here. Dendi moves forward, but, you know, I'm waiting it out for the next time maybe. Funnick wants to rotate around, take advantage of that blink and that lasso, but for now, just accompanied ХВОСТ flies over, sees a Wild Wing, and Wild Wing belonging to Puppey, throws out a sweet little tornado as they begin to siege on this top tier 1 tower. Yeah,
now Navi probably know that this is happening. This Roshan has been going on for some time, but they need to get this Rosh fast. They can even try to defend top lane, or they can just trade it. The tier 1 top for Roshan is it's the most common trade in Dota when you think about that dire side. So Roche is going to get taken down. Looks like Koifa's going to pick up the Aegis as well. Now they can afford to be a bit more aggressive. They're not going to defend top. The glyph is not there. They're not going to take it on that. They're just going to go for this mid tier 1 tower, which honestly Navi can defend. And KuroKy and Dendi are already here. No need to relocate. There's a couple TPs coming through as well. There's the fortification going through. TC's hitting it from the backside. Way 2 is up front. He has the mana for reincarnation. In fact, he's full mana, full health right now. They take down the tier 1 tower. So definitely a trade that goes Liquid's way. They get a tier 1, they get Roshan, they get the Aegis. They lose a tier 1 top, but not that big of a deal.
You know, I'm getting a little concerned here for Liquid as time goes on, and you know, Navi's side, they begin to build up a little more items. Things could be a little more troublesome. ХВОСТ, for example, getting a lot closer to building up that pipe, and that will make things a lot more difficult for Koifa to try to burst down the remainder of the Navi team, something they didn't have trouble with in their previous games. So Navi staying composed here, trying to build up the items they would need to try to begin their first assault onto Liquid and try to furthermore take this game back.
Yeah, they haven't actually used a really aggressive relocate. That bottom one was more kind of just, they were out of position and they were just going to capitalize on a couple of the kills. So we have to wait and see when the side of KuroKy well, speaking of KuroKy, Chronosphere is going to go, and he's just a dead which unfortunately will go down, and well, the Wild Wing to boot, so Demon gets a little bit of extra farm there. So
KuroKy got a little greedy trying to go for the haste rune, you know, tethering over to the Wild Wing to quickly get it up, but Demon conveniently happened to be right there. Plus with the ward vision, they just kind of swiftly blink over and take care of that big old ball.
Look at this ancient stack. So
the money is real.
Liquid are saying anything you can do, we can do better. Ancient stacks have been a thing now for Navi. You saw the one Dendi was doing earlier, but Demon just says, listen, I just want to stack this up a bit, get some more farm. It's going to be great. Mask Command is turned on. He'll go down bottom and get the farm in lane, and then he'll probably go back to the ancient stack as well, where Way 2 can help out. He's got Vampiric Aura, no points in the Mortal Strike just yet. Bulba's here as well with Arcane Boots already, so at some point I think Dendi probably has to go for a BKB in this game. There's a lot of magic damage to deal with. Specifically, Koifa is going to be kind of annoying.
And Bulba.
And yeah, that too. But the thing is, right now, he just wants to deal with getting some extra armor so that TC and Demon aren't nearly as effective with that. Getting the Assault Cuirass is huge, plus the armor reduction in general, and pushing down towers. Then all of a sudden, Navi have an opening in getting these tier 1 towers. And in fact, they're looking for this first one of the game. They might push up to the high ground right now. Liquid aren't really in position to defend this. They have a glyph. They're going to use it, and that means that Navi will back off. At least for the moment. They're still kind of or this will rather be Lincoln Sphere. There's going to be statically coming in. TC right to life. Stop. That's not like Koifa in trouble. Remember, he's got the Aegis Funnick. Flash up on TC coming through. Now the Chronosphere about to go for Demon. He's looking to pop it on somebody. He's going to go to KuroKy instead, taking a lot of damage from a both fight. Still breaking out elsewhere. Sonic Wave. Dendi getting low. They're going to chase after Puppey instead. Mystic Flare about to fall. Will they get Dendi is the question. Koifa not going any further. Somehow a 2 for 2, and Navi gets the better end of the trade because they get the Aegis. My goodness.
Yeah, Demon had, you know, tried to split him off and diverted attention elsewhere. But
what a bait coming through. Is it enough though? They're still chasing. Way too with the Wraithfire Blast might go to sink. He has reincarnation. There's Extreme as well. They knew this was coming. The aggressive play from ХВОСТ. Koikfa sat in the trees, was waiting for a moment. Way too got jumped on. What a play coming out from Koikfa.
Very nice stuff. Able to kind of get it back in their favor in the end, but yeah, I mean, waiting it out for the Chronosphere, and team is highly level 16. It was not that long of a cooldown, so sitting on it a bit, wanted to wait for the right opportunity, but maybe waited a little bit too long. But regardless, Liquid still come out on top, and he does have the benefit of that Chronosphere the next time he does come around. KuroKy and Dendi, match made in heaven here. Moving down to the bottom lane, continuing to farm it up, and with the benefit of that Axe and just the heavy attack speed that KuroKy provides, they can farm up very, very quickly here. And now also Assault Curios on hand. He's going to get farmed up really quick, and it can get scary for Liquid.
Yeah, that's the thing. Dendi survived in that fight too. They were thinking about chasing after him, but decided against pursuing. And with him surviving and getting a kill, I believe, or two, that makes that fight almost worth it for Navi. They expended the age of Koikfa. You saw how fast he went down. That's something I'm concerned about for Liquid, is that if Koikfa continues to die this quickly, it's going to be an issue. Whereas when he plays Storm, it feels like he's always living for the most part. Never really gets jumped on, and if he does, he can just ball lightning away. But they throw a lot of burst damage, and not just through right clicks, but Tiny's abilities as well. So now Navi are starting to control the map, and that's something that Liquid kind of were doing early on in the game and really didn't let Navi in at all. So it's interesting to see.
Navi now converge, looking to go up and above to the top lane over here, possibly to scout out aggressively through the opponent's jungle. But Liquid not there, shifted all the way down to the bottom after cleaning out a couple of those ancient stacks. Go ahead and head into the Navi jungle. Look it out, and this could end up being a tier 2 for a tier 2 trade, but Tiny, one of the best in the game right now, clearing out towers very quickly, so we'll see if Liquid decide to opt back and consider defending.
You can't really base trade against Navi. They're just going to do this every time. In fact, they're going to go for tier 3 now. So this tier 2 is not even going to die by the time Liquid have to TP back and defend their tier 3. In fact, they force the TPs out. That's all Navi wanted to do. They'll back off now, and that's just an extraordinarily smart play. Koikfa trying to get the tower. The clip is going to go, and that means that the deny is going to fly as well. So really smart plays coming out from Navi here, just to make sure they deny the tower.
Rotate all the way down to the bottom. He will acquire the deny on his own tower. Very nice stuff for them. Had they caught a lingering Liquid, potentially the relocate could have come there. KuroKy was ready for it, but nope. They will step back, continue to farm this up. They even have the benefit of an alpha wolf following around Dendi. Yeah. Oh man,
it's a lot of damage.
He hits pretty hard.
He really does. He has a tree in his hand, so I guess that's not a big surprise. But Dendi's trying to get to level 3 grow, hit even harder, essentially, move even faster, and just be all that much better. And they have a still slight gold deficit of about 3,000, but that can be made up through towers, through fights, which I feel like Navi, as this game goes a little bit later, they're feeling a bit more confident, despite Puppey going down a lot early on. The lane's winning essentially in Liquid's favor. And look at all these wards that are placed down for the Radiant side in the jungle. I mean, there's so much map control here. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, this
everywhere.
This is bunch of wards they really want to see, because they haven't seen Liquid too much in that top lane. They got to figure that they've been farming it up in the jungle, and they have been. It was TC who for the majority of the time was farming out those neutral camps, but now Navi want to kind of scout it out and see how the movement's been going, and then they can look for maybe some relocates, jump in there, and try to catch out anyone trying to solo farm in their own jungle.
The thing is though, Bulba does pick up the gem, and that's actually going to be carried by Way 2. He has to TP to the tier 2 tower down bottom, and there's a fight potentially happening. Chronosphere is going to go. They're looking for KuroKy now. Sonic Wave going to fly through as well. They missed on Dendi, but the Orchid is going to go. Funnick, he's going to just say, no, I'm going to force you away, but can Dendi get out is the question. He's going to try to fight this. The toss-up, they're getting low, almost gets a double kill, but they will survive. Koikfa's going further. Now TC jumping in the invis room, but it's not enough. Way 2 has the gem. 3 dead for Navi. That's the initiation Liquid we're looking for. They go to the Roach Pit. It's not up yet.
Great things to start getting a nice Chronosphere and able to burst them down. It didn't even matter that Koikfa had a brief whiff there of the Sonic Wave. With the help of that Orchid, they could quickly shut him down. And unfortunately, Dendi wasn't quite close enough to get the benefit of that Force Staff to get him out of trouble. So they do take advantage of that. Quickly burst down 3 all day. Man, Liquid still looking to strike back, still well on top here. 18-8 to score, but really it's a lot more even than that. You can never count on Navi. Now that Dendi's at the point where he has all this farm, if they take advantage of one team fight, he can just bulldoze through one of these lanes and go right into the base.
ХВОСТ doesn't really seem like he knows he's getting
he
chased.
just blinked there too. Oh no. They get caught. Way too starts things off with a Wraith Fire Blast here. They're both still probably TP'd, but here comes the jump in. Demon, nope, no RNG luck in his favor, and obviously with the Chronos down for another 9 seconds, they couldn't quite catch him, so ХВОСТ with a quick reaction will TP to safety.
So, ХВОST gets out. Close call. No Chronos Spirit expended, not that he had one. Looks like it just came off cooldown. He actually could have used it potentially. I'm not sure if he had it.
No, it was cooldown. It was cooldown.
Okay.
Like 9 seconds. It was close.
Just dodging. Essentially a kill coming out for Demon, but Dendi and KuroKy, it's a smart choice. Knowing that there is still some map control in their favor, they can just go top, and Dendi's not too concerned about the Queen coming back. In fact, Funnick and ХВОST are coming through as well, and QuickFa needs to get out immediately.
I do love the BKB now acquired here on TC. Something if you can avoid that initial onslaught coming his way, preferably from both ХВОST and Dendi, he can be into the mix and static link out a lot of damage, and then next thing you know, Navi could be cleared out just from a heavy hitting TC. You already have a heavy hitting Demon on your team, so the quick for the mix, like, it's still anyone's game. I still have a little favoritism towards Liquid just because they have a really nice spread of farm amongst most of their team, whereas right now for Navi, it's pretty much mostly Dendi. ХВОST is there, but as far as dealing out big damage, not quite yet.
We were talking about in the draft how we weren't sure if Dendi could play these semi-carry heroes or even carry heroes in the mid lane, but he's done a very nice job. Obviously, he had the help of KuroKy, and he got a lot of CS early on. And even Tiny is kind of a tempo controller to a certain extent. And it's not like this is obviously Dendi's first go-around with the Tinies, so Liquid will make their way into the Roach Pit, and they'll just try to take a free one, or maybe just look for a kill. They are smoked up right now. While this is happening, though, Puppey and the rest of the Navi squad, with the exception of KuroKy and Dendi, are farming in this top lane.
Puppey also had now, a Centaur that was parked there in the Roshan pit to scout out if Liquid were going to move in there. Didn't see it, but Liquid converging smoke. They're moving real quick. They're going to catch out the ball, catch him out with his own big ball, and they will slap him down very, very quickly. Take down coming out from Demon. So nice pick off. Now advantage in numbers. Rotate back to the mid lane here. We'll see if they try to make an assault or maybe consider going for one of these tier 2 towers.
Yeah, they can also just back to Roshan, but the problem is that top lane is getting pressured, and they have to have someone TP back and defend that sooner rather than later. So you can see that Demon really wanted to get double on that Chronosphere. They would have gotten 2 kills there rather than just KuroKy, but it's fine nonetheless. Mjolnir's now done for Demon, so all of a sudden this offlane phase deploy turns into your carry, and Quick was more of that utility kind of Queen of Pain, getting a Scythe very soon, so Hex is going to be up and ready to go. I don't believe there are any BKBs on the side of Navi, and that's a problem. You can see somebody is building one, that's Funnick, but he's the only one. Actually, no, Dendi does have a BKB, so I'm mistaken there. Meanwhile, blink up from QuickFa. Funnick, blink, misses. Now Hex immediately, the impetus damage coming through, the Orchid up. There's going to be the Shadow Strike as well, so they connect on this. Sonic Wave gonna fly QuickFa, gets the kill. Stampede, big stomp onto 3. QuickFa about to fall and will. Not sure if they have buyback. 2 are dead already on the backside. Somebody fell as well, that was Bulba. This is not Liquid's fight, they need to back away immediately. Dendi on the run, looking to try to connect on something. Dead for 70 seconds, I think. There might not even be a buyback. No, there isn't coming up for QuickFa. That's huge. They're just going to go for the tier 3 tower.
Yeah, Navi takes a fight, and with the likes of a Tiny, if he gets the opportunity to kind of go into the high ground and a DD on top of it, this guy hits for 629 damage. Jump in stun will unfortunately not catch, as the BKB was also popped there from TC, just trying to hold them back as they've lost 2. Bulba should be coming back momentarily, but Dendi might have the opportunity. Look at the overcharge, stuns him out briefly. Jump in from Demon. There goes the Chronos, catches on 3. Can't quite know the Karagi. The Karagi laying him out. Will be taking down Dendi. Big golden yellow, bashing it apart, and will rip down Demon, but the Aegis will be popped. Here we go. Can he go for the second onslaught here? Nope. Steps back, another Craggy. Demon does not like that. Trying to take it to, deals out his own bit of ash. Jumped in front and catches out with the lasso. Now Demon will fall. 3 down all day here as Navi looks to break the base and take down this tier 3 tower.
Yeah, that's huge. Crag exterior coming up. Demon not popping at. It looks like the BKB was used, but I don't know. The Craggy goes through that, and it's still rough coming out. Demon taking so much damage, getting brought down. They're on the chase. They want Puppey. They're not done yet. Nice 4-step. Way too. Wraith Fire Blast is going to connect. They'll at least get 1 kill off the back of this, but still, they lost so much. They didn't lose the tier 3 tower. X is up on Puppey. He will fall, but that's not much. Queen of Pain, QuickFa going down, beginning that fight. That's not what they wanted, and that gives so much to Navi. A lot of gold, but still Liquid have the gold advantage after that engagement.
Yeah, this game is really even right now, and Liquid do need to be careful about what fights they want to take. If you're taking fights so close to your base, if just something happens to go wrong, you're going to be looking at a set of racks to fall very, very quickly here. So Navi opt to step back now, converge, get a little extra farm as they wait for their comrade and Captain Puppy to come right back into the fight. Dendi, company with the Kuroki, go down to the bottom lane, looking to secure a little extra farm, and look at that, Dendi picks up the Crystallis, looking to big out the big hits, the big crits, and well, as RNG shows, with the help of that Craggy, he might get some serious big damage coming their way. Look at TC, counters right back with a good pickup of the Halberd.
I think a lot of the problem with that last engagement was TC was not focusing down. Dendi, and I think he was dealing with somebody to the north. I'm not sure who it was, but also you have to give props to ХВОСT. He played that so well. He jumped in, he had to stomp onto 3, followed up by that nice double edge as well. That brought quickly down extraordinarily low. They picked up a couple of kills with that. So a lot of the problem has been dealing with ХВОST jumping in with the stomp, and this is why Centaur is still such a strong hero. We didn't see it really in the first day, but day 2 and 3, Centaur has made a resurgence into the scene. Like you mentioned, now I feel like it's Navi's time. Dendi's got level 3 grow. You talked about the Crystallis. He's almost got his Demon Edge if he wants it. Buy the recipe outright right now for obviously the Daedalus, but they actually have a Shiva's Guard coming out for ХВОST as well, which is, that just finished up as well. Very nice.
This is good. ХВОST has been pretty solid with his positioning thus far, so if he waits things out for the initial jump and potentially coming out from Demon, then pops out the Shivas, that would be very, very nice for him. And I think Navi know that they're feeling pretty confident in this one. Puppy had just grabbed up a smoke. It's in the stash right now, but if they do get a hold of it, they can look to go on the aggressive, or maybe they're potentially waiting out for the Roshan, look to use it then to sneak in. But for now, back to his standard separation farm coming out from both teams here. I mean, as the game does progress, Liquid would like to benefit off maybe Way2 picking up some extra items for himself and becoming a bit of a core himself. For now, though, just trying to get more defensive. He has the Ogre Club on hand, looking to build forward into that BKB, because survivability, as you saw from that big fight coming out, is just very crucial.
Phonic has been split pushing like crazy. He's been sitting in these trees, and he just kind of jumps out, throws a flame break every once in a while, and just pushes his lane forward. There was a Sonic Wave expended by QuakeFa, which is on cooldown for still 87 seconds. Relocate up in the top lane. Bulba needs to get out of there and needs to do so immediately. Now there's going to be Shiva's Guard. Bulba not going to be so lucky, and Liquid will cut their losses and just get out. They don't want to fight this. There are 5 heroes in this top lane and the top jungle for Navi, and they'll make their way out. Liquid will say, we don't want to deal with this. The relocate down bottom, that's over with, but they get a quick kill on Bulba very, very fast.
Dendi, 4K gold now, ready to go. This guy is just inheriting so much additional money and resources for himself. Gonna look to build up some heavy hitting damage here, and we've seen this in many games in the past. He just is going to be just a force to be reckoned with, and it's going to come down to Liquid to try their best to either kite him around or just try to take him out before he becomes a serious problem.
Demon wants to go for the Chronosphere, and I don't blame him, but Dendi's all the way back already. He's still looking to fight. No, he's just going to farm this up, and now Kuro and Dendi will back away. Daedalus pretty much completed. He's got the Demon Edge. He just needs that recipe, which is 1,000 gold, so no problem there. Demon spots at the Illusion Rune. They know where things are. There's still map control for Navi, and although Liquid might have a gold advantage still, I feel like in terms of momentum and in terms of just right now who has the lead, it feels like Navi has it, but Liquid will smoke up. We've seen them do this before. See if they can get anything done on the backside of this.
Navi it may feel like Navi does have the lead, and I do feel the same, but if Liquid can take advantage of a big fight here, they can take the reins of this game right back. Well, they smoke up. They're looking to shift over. Phonic to be the closest nearby, but Navi are already starting to migrate up to the north here, but let's see. Demon leading out the front is going to go for a leap in here. He does. Leaps in. Kentis and Chrono only on one on Phonic, but they're trying to burst him out quickly, and they do. That's a gem on the deck right now. Then he walks in for a briefly, but now with the power that Centaur holds in, they're rushing right in. One big hit! Oh my god, Demon will fall. Way2 is going to have to fall as well as he's reincarnating. Meanwhile, DC though trying to zap up as much damage as possible, but he will die eventually. And man, Navi quickly clear out 2, and they're going to look to take it right back. And this is going to be how the story might unfold here for Liquid, as Navi have just began to fall out of control ever since that big team fight at the bottom early in the game. Dendi acquired that first Agam Scepter and has just continued to pummel away literally this Liquid team.
They have nothing to deal with this BKB Tiny. He just runs at people and kills. So, I mean, and even if you zap away some of his damage, he still has like $100 over. So Dendi is doing work. Wraithfire Blast is going to go, but Way2, you do have reincarnation, but you're taking a lot. Dendi is going to get hexed up. They will lose their entire courier as well. I'm not sure where it was going, but he had a 1,000 gold on it, so something clearly important. Staff Wizardry from Bulba. I think that might have been a Rod of Aces coming out. Buyback coming through from Puppy. Demon. There's the reincarnation flying. They really want this set of racks, but way too in trouble. Is going to fall, it looks like. Demon, no Chronos for about 6 seconds. They're going to lose their melee racks, and maybe a set of racks in general. And they blow up Puppy, but they also lose Bulba on the backside as well. Now, Navi with Dendi rotating top. Dendi is carrying this game. He might even lead them to victory. It looks so good for Liquid, but only the Chronosphere on Kuroki and ХВОСТ. Now Dendi going to town on Quickfa. Caught in the Chronosphere. Quickfa in trouble. Will fall. Demon getting low as well. The static link. TC trying to do something here. Gets tossed on top of someone. Now again, Pegasus is dead still. There's the Ghost Scepter. Kuroki will fall forward. Dead. They're turning around. Yes, but they did lose a set of racks already. Dendi, if he goes down here, he has buyback. And this could be a pretty big move for Liquid, but how much does it mean? They win the team fight, they get 5, but what can they do off the back of this?
They won, but they are bloody, battered, and bruised after everything Dendi has just laid into them, destroying out their mid lane, doing the tier 3 tower in the top, and I believe they probably used a couple of buybacks just to try to defend it out, but it is looking really rough. Quickfa scouting it out for the roast to try to just get something extra for themselves, but he's going to have to wait a little bit longer, but do Liquid have the answer to come back into this game?
Since the start of that engagement in the mid lane, there have been 5 buybacks. 3 from the side of Liquid and 2 from the side, of course, of Navi. So, kind of a crazy little engagement there. Sanj is coming out for way too. Looks like he'll be going for the halberd as well. Roshan about to respawn. If there's any opportunity for Liquid to take Rosh, it's right now. And even with an Aegis, we've seen that they die so quickly, but now, I mean, they have an opportunity. Can they take Rosh? Can they take another objective? Do they go for another kill? They're looking for Puppy down to the bottom lane. I'm not sure why. It's just 2 heroes, and I mean, Puppy's too close to the base. I mean, a lot of heroes are respawning as well. Rosh just respawned, but if Navi run to Roshan, they could catch Liquid in the act, and they're not even in the Rosh pit yet.
They don't have to run. They got to relocate if they want to get there quickly, plus the benefit of a Centaur ultimate. They can go very, very fast, and there's already been 1 ping coming out. Dendi was the one to ping it out right there. They jump right in, and, well, Dendi back from the dead in 4 more seconds. Let's see if Navi want to try to contest this Rosh. That's a big piggy.
That is a rather large
That's
Roshan.
A lot of bacon right there. My God.
It's a lot of bacon indeed. Liquid love their bacon. They're going to take this Rosh potentially. It's getting low. Vonic, he's going to be the one to lead the way with the Blink Dagger Lasso. It's all about Liquid not losing the back of this. They got to get it now. Queen of Pain will pick up the Aegis. Lasso up on Bulba, about to fall. He's dead, but not taking enough. He's dead. Centaur Conqueror ultimate. Relocate coming in the backside now. Jumping away. Demon, he's got Chronosphere. He's going to use it. Can they take down Dendi? Looks like no. Kuroki getting blasted down, but that's the only one so far dead from Navi. There's the static link going as well. The Rage Fire Blast. Jumping into the boat. TC getting stunned up. Dendi getting low. Look at the damage from Demon. He's doing it, but not enough. Now getting lower and lower. Quickman jumping into toss back as well. Cleaving down. Double kill coming out for Demon. No buyback just yet. ХВОСТ is in trouble. They'll lose Puppy. Big stop. Big double edge. Big flame break, but still, they've only lost 2. Now, there's going to be the respawn coming from the reincarnation. Funna trying to get away. They can't get any further. He's going to Firefly to the low ground. Blink coming up from Quickfa. The scream is there. Funnick. He's got flame break in right now. He's going to TP away and will make it out alive just barely. The last right click, and Funnick, the sole survivor of that team fight. And somehow, Liquid not only take Roshan, the Aegis, and maybe even the Cheese, I believe, but they win a huge team fight.
What a game thus far. Liquid with the start just coming out on top, and then Navi looked to take control of this whole game, and now the first fight back coming from Liquid and looking great. But when they fight Dendi, it's like watching them try to do a boss fight. There is one big tiny and all these little Liquid players just trying to bring him down, and they managed to get it done. Demon with the continuous time locks just holding him in place, and well, unfortunately for Dendi, the Craggy just wasn't quite there to help out that time, and for now Navi forced to shove all the way back into their own base, and even though Liquid, their structures are down in the base and they are slightly wounded, they're still fighting strong.
Yeah, and I think the thing is now that Dendi's BKB is getting lower and lower, they can really focus him down, but guess what? Dendi's going for a heart, maybe even a Satanic next. He got 3.0 giggle in the bank right now, and he can buy it outright if he wants to, but he does want to save for buyback. There's no way that Liquid can push off the back end of that fight, especially not with Demon and how low that Quickfa is. He's just going to have to regen up, and maybe they'll make another go sometime soon. But Liquid, they stave off the aggression for a bit. But if you're Liquid right now, you're trying to find ways to deal with Dendi, and yes, Demon is doing a fantastic job, but you have that Mask of Madness on, it's sketchy as all heck. Just be even next to Dendi, so It's still a bit tough here for Liquid, and
Yeah.
we'll see if they can get anything done here.
Liquid they're gonna be waiting back right now. They have a little more time before more of these buybacks are gonna be available. About a minute 23 there on Koikfa. Demon, about a minute as well. And then maybe if they're going to consider going on the offensive and trying to catch Navi outright or catch him from behind, then they could decide to smoke up. But for now, they are being scouted out with the benefit of those illusions. And just kind of more congregated over here to their own side of the Ancients as Navi potentially looking to spread here. And the thing is, when you have a Tiny like this on your team with the benefit of a Wisp, don't ever count out the fact that you can go for some crazy split push rat Dota as well.
Yeah, we've seen it before, and it's happened so often in Dota. So one thing to note is that the only survivor of that last fight was Funny, and guess what? He had the Gem of True Sight up on him. So had they gotten that kill, that's a gem and more map control going the way of Liquid rather than just kind of sitting back in their base. And it's a bit rough. They probably would have bought another gem if they had lost it on Funny, but still, you never count out the importance of gems at this point. Wait 2 does finish up his halberd. He's had that for some time now, so assuming there's no BKB up on Dendi, they can halberd him and they can try to focus him down, but the burst is very difficult, especially with how tanky he is. He still has that just standard casual Reaver, nothing else following afterwards. Saving for buyback, he still has it obviously, and by a lot, so.
That's 2 halberds, by the way, on their team. Just goes to show how threatening Dendi can be on this Tiny. They don't want to allow him to get too much off in his own right. Well, still Dendi, Kuroki, the peanut butter and jelly of the Navi team right now.
There it is.
Hanging side by side. Yep, Satanic now complete. So it was pretty hard to take him down before. It was a big boss fight, but the sequel is about to begin here as it's going to be much, much harder to bring him down.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, and the good thing about the halberd is it's not just for the Tiny, but also for Puppy as well. I mean, he's got an active scepter. He hits pretty hard with Impetus, so everyone else is kind of not really important, but Dendi as well as Puppy, you can burst them down. You have that Heaven's Halberd, you can maybe get something done. But
I mean, when the fight breaks out, some of them are not important, but, you know, Funnick here, lingering out on the side, maybe waiting to see if Liquid want to make a jump on ХВОСT. If he gets in there and gets an appropriate lockdown, catches someone out with the lasso and pulls him back, he could quickly become the MVP for him.
Yeah, and if they get somebody here in this lane, it could be game. They can force a buyback, but you have to be very cautious if you're Liquid right now. Funnick's alone, but yeah, the relocate could come in any moment. Although that might be suicide. They do have help around the corner with ХВОST and Puppy, but not quite there yet. Denny's sitting bottom. They're going to keep this pushed out. And Pegasus Demon is continuing to farm with 3.5k gold in the bank. He wants buyback as well as another item, and I'm not sure what he goes for at this point. He's not nearly as farmed, I believe, as Dendi, who should be leading the way by a wide margin. In fact, 5k in net worth lead. This is Observer War coming out from the side of Navi is doing so much work. So we'll see if any sentries come through. They have the gem actually on way 2, so they'll just counter ward real quick, and that means that Funnick he's got no more vision here, so he's gonna have to be careful.
Worthy to note as well, Koikfa on this Queen of Pain. A lot of gold reserved for himself, obviously going to set some of that aside for a buyback if needed, but starting to build in some damage with that demon edge here, and that's going to be very important. If he can keep himself very evasive and around the outside, just trying to kite around a bit Dendi, he could deal out a fair amount of damage and try to bring him down.
Yeah, I mean, but he's just so squishy. He doesn't have a BKB. He's got int treads, which I don't think he really switches in the fight. Hey, I mean, with 2k HP, it's actually not bad, but still, I mean, you're talking about this guy who's going to be critting for maybe like 1.5 to anywhere from 1.5 to like 2k, maybe more than that. With overcharge, his attack speed, it's going to go like crazy, so...
his Aegis is down, by the way, and so if Navi were waiting for it to expire before striking, this is going to be it, yep.
They have some buybacks as well. Both teams with 3 heroes of buyback, and some of them really important. That Rider not with 1, I think that's one of the most important things. If he doesn't get his lasso off, all of a sudden you're fighting 4 versus 5 without the lockdown that you perhaps wanted. So, yeah, I mean, it just comes down to when Navi want to fight. Yeah, I mean, this is as farmed as Dendi's going to get. He doesn't even need bots if he's got Kuroki with him, but he might even just buy them just in case. So maybe just save up for bots and buyback. Buy the bots and then go from there. So that's probably what they're waiting on. Maybe another item coming out for Navi. I don't know if anyone's building anything right now. There's a Ghost from Kuroki that can't be. It's not going to be turned into an Ethereal Blade. So yeah, I mean they have their items. They're ready to go. It just I think it's maybe bots or just kind of playing this passively, split pushing and choking out Liquid, seeing who's going to make the first mistake.
We'll see. Kind of surprised. I've seen in the past teams like the Sneaky Nyx Assassins on the Na Vi.DotA side, and when they like to play their tiny, and especially going up something like the likes of an Orchid and what have you, they do favor a Manta style build typically on this tiny. You know, it's not looking like it's going to be an option here for Dendi unless he wants to go completely crazy, maybe drop the power treads, just rely on KuroKy to get into the mix with the additional move speed and get that. I mean, who really knows at this point in the game? But for now, it's very clear that Navi are controlling the pace of the game. They decide when it's the time to fight, and for Liquid, they have to be careful.
Oh my. Wow, they just walked right past Funnick. Wow, Funnick was keeping that. He was watching that for Dendi and KuroKy. He was maybe their last line of watching and defense. And if they find out Dendi and KuroKy here, that could be. Wow, they walked right by him. They were so close to breaking that smoke with Funnick, but it wasn't there. But the thing is, though, while this is happening, they're just pushing in mid and the top lane. Way2's the only one farming here. Observer Ward comes out. They see Dendi and KuroKy, but no one's there. Bulba has to get away. He has to get back home. He gets caught out. There's Demon last, so Demon will fall. He's got buyback, but that's what they were waiting for. Dendi got hexed up, but it's a bit too late. Meanwhile, Way2 blinks away, gets out of there in time. QuickFoot might not be so lucky. He's got to blink, and he will have to TP afterwards. He's going to orc it up on Funnick. Blink away, TP, BKB, Flame Break, QuickFoot in trouble now. Getting chased down, the big man on the run. QuickFoot's going to blink right into KuroKy. You need the Shadow Strike as well. Scream of pain, but QuickFoot will fall, it looks like, and a toss back. And the hit coming from Dendi. That's a lot of damage.
Good patience by Funnick, just stalking out QuickFoot, just constantly keeping an eye on him and just hunting him down and not letting him get back. And yep, both of them do have buyback available here. Don't want to have to spend it unless they have to, and well, they might. Navi looking to push forward, and even if they do bait out the buyback, Navi could just contest and still continue to push forward, because then if they win that fight, it's over.
I mean, yeah. I mean, at this point, they're actually going to catch out Puppy. A nice little kill here. He has buyback, but they can push it without him, I feel like. It's a 4-on-3, so it really comes down to if they just want to keep going. They have relocate still, and that's what they're waiting on. Maybe trying to push him with a ХВОСT, but if he gets caught out all of a sudden, then yeah, a couple heroes die. They have buyback on everyone rather, except for Funnick, which he's going to have in one hit. QuickFoot will buy out here. Maybe just go to this top lane.
The queen.
KuroKy and the rest of the squad are going to back off. So they forced out the big buyback. That's the important thing. He was down for like 100 and some odd seconds, and he has to use another buyback there. So that's really important.
You know, so QuickFoot will also start the cooldown timer of his next buyback, which they might try to prolong till. You got another 5 minutes, 30 seconds until that's going to be. So Navi, it's going to be their choice if they want to try to fight before that opportunity does come up, but they do instead decide to step back. Dendi, continuation of farm here. A new BKB now complete on himself, so 10 seconds to try to take down the big gold monster.
That's what they were waiting for, actually, now that you think about it. It wasn't the bots, it was the new BKB coming out for Dendi, so expect them to go here in a little bit, and I don't know if there's any way like we can really bring him down. They're going to lasso up on Way2. Yes, he has reincarnation, but they don't really want to fight on top of this. Actually, they didn't really do much there. That was just a waste of a lasso. Way2 has just too much health. Butterfly, lasso, and I guess Sticky Napalm doesn't really do much at this point, so Way2's fine with that, I guess.
Yeah, a bit of an awkward engagement. I mean, he catches the king and pulls it back. Oh, nothing going to come of it, but he also even BKBs himself to not get caught by the Ray Fire Blast, but there was going to be a follow regardless. Look at this. Liquid are like, this is our time. They shift over, and they're going to go for a Roche here, but if Navi have an idea, they're going to just bull rush forward into this top lane. The Rax is already exposed, and with Dendi hitting so hard, they'll go down very quick. Wow, the weave is cleared out, and here we go. Can they defend? They're going to need more than just a simple chip and man from Bulba.
Well, that's pretty correct. Got 2 hits now. Demon, BKB's up. Dendi will just catch him, but they have the refresher as well. Last is coming in. TC gets lasted up now. Double. Chrono's going to go through the relocate as well. They're looking for KuroKy. That's their best effort. Dendi, his BKB now done. The Sonic Wave coming through. Doesn't do much. KuroKy, Ghost Scepter's up, still alive. TC chasing after him. 2 dead on Navi. They're actually turning the fight around. Dendi getting stunned up. Way2 with Ray Fire Blast. TC still going to town. QuickFoot, infinite damage. He's taking it. Puppy might get bashed down. Just going to get right click down. ХВОСТ in some trouble. Reincarnation from Way2. Demon jumps back in. The refresher. The Chronosphere did so much work there. ХВОST. It's going to be a team wipe, it looks like, as TC and the rest of Liquid. They're going to take down all 5. They have to defend their base, but damn. Did not see that one coming.
They literally pulled out the tactics of caging the beast. Both chronospheres used to try to lock Dendi, and they were trying to clear out everything else about and around. They threw out the Mystic Flare on Dendi, trying to weak him down even further, but it was a matter of just holding him there in place and trying to take care of the rest of the Navi squad. It looked like it tried to be a valiant effort from Kuroki to save Dendi from that lockdown, but it was not going to happen. So another impressive defense coming out from Liquid, but still, more damage was done to the base. A Rax had fallen on the top lane. Still, both Raxes taken down the mid lane, and now Liquid moved promptly so into the Roche pit, and they're going to go ahead and take him down and get a hold of the Aegis.
Yeah, and this is huge, actually. And what you're seeing right now is if Dendi gets chronosphered up, there's really not that much damage elsewhere. Puppey might even get halberded, and they could focus him down as well. So all that damage, Liquid was able to survive through all of it, really. And they could just kind of keep going. There's an MKB now for Koikfo on the Queen of Pain, so the damage is very real for him. There still is buyback on every single hero for Navi, so they can kind of keep doing this. But Liquid are slowly but surely jumping back into this game. Again, like you said, they lost that ranged Rax, and with Relocate, there are ways to get into the base and just take down some towers if there's, you know, the mid lane pushed in. So that's also Liquid's job, is pushing out this mid lane, making sure that it's not inside of the base at any point in time.
This gets really finicky right now for both of these teams. Liquid looking for a good time to try to take it back towards the Navi side and maybe do their first set of base damage here. Only the bottom lane going to be available to try to take the high ground without pushing through a tier 2, but then you're always going to be worried about the constant threat of maybe a Relocate backdoor from Dendi, and he'll be able to clear out your base before you even know it. So it's going to be more slow-paced play, especially on the side of Liquid, and it's going to really come down to how they want to try to game plan this one out.
Oh, look at this gold graph, man. It's all over the place. I don't know what's happening. It's ridiculous.
Jesus Christ.
And there's 12,000 experience lead for Liquid as well, so something that I don't think many of us were expecting. It's all over the place. Plus, also, Refresher Orb is getting built by TC, so if you don't have damage, you're going to have it rather soon without the Storm, so...
Koikfo does clear out the top wave with his Sonic Wave, no Aghanim, so
yeah.
It's still going to take a long time before it is back up and available, but that kind of shows that maybe Liquid are considering weighing it out before trying to take the fight.
Well, I feel like he just doesn't care about that ability, honestly. He's just like, that's the second time he's done that.
They all have BKBs and ways to avoid it, plus pipes, so it's kind of, maybe it is more functional now to just try to avoid any heavy pushes coming their way, so that's very much true as well. He could be, at this point, doing more damage than he likes to do. Jump in mid lane! They're going to catch out ХВОСТ! ХВОСТ is pretty big, it's going to take a lot of work to take it down, but he does get it. So 90 seconds now for ХВОСТ to come back, and no buyback for him. Well, not for another 40 seconds at least, so yeah. They could try to push forward here, but they got to keep watch out. Top lane, Dendi and Kuroki slowly pushing it in, and Liquid, yes, they will have to pull back.
There's a Refresher Orb up for Demon right now, but it looks like he's not going to use it, so just going to wait so that he can have a double chrono for Dendi. I think that's the most important thing, is that he can't really refresh after
Radiant's
he's
middle tower is
used
under
that first
attack.
chronosphere. If he uses one to get a pick off elsewhere, you have to kind of save that double chronosphere for Dendi. That's the most important thing, I think, at this point. So, yep, top lane getting pushed in yet again. The ranged creeps are being kind of annoying, but Liquid are coming through. They might even try to find Dendi or Kuroki out. In fact, Kuroki's kind of far away as a TP scroll is going to tether through. Bulba's not going to get there in time. Not that they knew that they were there, I believe, so.
Very strenuous game right now for both teams. We're at day number 3 here. The International 4, this game matters for both of them. We're about at the mid-level right now, so each win is very, very important to try to move on, definitely secure a spot, move forward, try to get into key arena, and, well, Navi, one of those teams that like to push on forward, typically struggle with the early group stages, and then always have that comeback factor, always being in the finals in previous TIs, and had a bit of a hot and cold performance thus far, but what looked like a very rough and shaky start at this one. Liquid had a very promising start, but ever since that one team at the bottom, they've been rallying behind Dendi and allowing him to push forward and really take it to Liquid. But Liquid at the end here, a valiant defense coming out time and time again, trying to lock down the beast and take it right back to him.
It's just really come on the back of a couple of mistakes of Liquid. I think that's really why they lost the sets of Rax. They just kind of got caught out. They didn't have the items to deal with Dendi. They really didn't focus him down the best possible way. And they're going to jump in. Dendi was looking for somebody but decided against it. They see ХВОСT farming up, but they don't go for the Chronosphere. And you can tell Demon's getting a little bit antsy. I feel like he has to back away, but ХВОST on the backside here, he's ready to jump on him. In fact, everybody is here. Demon in some trouble. He has buyback, and he's going to have to use it. I'm not sure what he's doing there, but that was just...
That might be considered the Jimmy Classic, I would suppose, but just out of position. After you don't catch someone out, just get out of there. There's no point, but Funnick, the Bat Rider, man. Time and time again, he's right on the scene to try to get the appropriate lockdown. Catches him out, pulls him down. No surprise, Navi want to push forward, at least get him to buy back out. And then it's a matter of if they want to take the fight. But luckily for Demon, if he does buy back, still has a hold of both Chronospheres to use to try to lock down Dendi. Yeah,
and that's kind of the point where you're just like, well, maybe we should have put the Aegis on Demon because maybe he's going to make that kind of play, whereas what is Quake going to do for you with an Aegis? And they throw up the Observer Ward in the base, and I'm not sure that Liquid saw this. Quake does have the gem, so he'll be able to counter it immediately, but for 53 seconds, Demon is down. He's forced to buy back, so Demon's going to run in momentarily. He's going to run back in as well. He's going to get hexed up. Now the Chronosphere about to come through. Just connects to the backside. Funnick now the last one, but Demon, but Dendi getting blown up. He can't BKB. Relocate out, not there. Both getting brought down as well. There's the Wraithfire Blast. Demon, another Chronosphere. Connects like Kuroki. He wants him first and foremost. Both about to fall. Bolo grabs the kill on the Kuroki, and now Hobos will die as well. Another great defense coming up from Liquid.
Demon's Chrono position was so good there. Kuroki tried to tether forward to pull out Dendi, but he ended up tethering himself into the Chrono. It was just too wide and he couldn't pull him out.
Oh, mid lane. Puppey getting caught up with Funnick now TPing further. 4 staff away, just making sure Puppey stays alive. They have to force out some buybacks here. I feel like otherwise it's not worth it at this point. I mean, they're pushing down mid. They've got to get something done with this.
See, it's a very tense game. Waiting to see if Liquid mid tier 2 still standing here. Should be able to quickly take this one down. Navi can wait out. They don't have to necessarily buy back just yet. If they could save the extra money and obviously save that buyback, they would love to do so here. You got another 38 seconds before Dendi's into the fight here. 40 for the ХВОСТ. Just very cautious play, but now keep in mind, you're not going to have the benefit of those 2 Chronos, so even if Navi come back into the fight, they're going to want to fight sooner than later, so they don't have all those skills to work with. Tier 2 does fall. Liquid appear to push back and go right for the Tier 2 there on the top lane.
Yeah, this is dangerous, though. I don't know if they should go for this. The wave is not really there yet. TC's not even close to getting the wave. They're going to try to backdoor it, though. And they're going to clip it. They really want to defend this one. I don't think that Liquid should go for this. They're going to back away and TP out immediately. This is the smart play. Specifically, Demon needs to get out. He's got 5 minutes still. Funnick looking to pursue someone. He might even find Jimmy. Demon, time walk. He's got it in 1 second. The last one's going to go the relocate as well. He can't afford to die, and he will. That might be the game. That is huge. Eye of the Storm, the refresher is up, but Demon is down for 100 seconds. They needed a TP out. He didn't have one. Oh my goodness.
Funnick, your eyes in the skies right now, just flying it out and catching out another, just knowing when the right time to jump in to lock someone down and just conveniently dending right back into the living life and just get relocated over, and unfortunately Demon falls. He's got 86 seconds before he's even going to be back into the fight. No Chronos, nothing to stop Dendi from going on a huge tirade here in the top lane. What is Liquid going to do to defend this one out?
I'm not sure. Liquid's going to go forward first. Actually taking a lot of damage is Dendi. He's going to get forced out of the Mystic Flare. I mean, that's a lot. ХВОСТ jumping in though, stopping on Quakeful, way too in trouble. Lasso, Quakeful about to fall. He's going to have to buy back. Eye of the Storm has to been refreshed, now it will be. Dendi trying to fight on TC. He needs to live here. Funnick backing away. They don't want to fight in the Eye of the Storm. They need to fight somebody. They need to get a kill here. Now coming back in, ХВОСT jumping on TC. Too much damage. Dendi going in. TC about to fall. He's got no Eye of the Storm. He has to buy back. Where was Quakeful in that engagement? He wasn't ready to go. Oh, Dendi gets next up here. This is not good for Liquid.
They are saving Dendi right now. Jumping back up and getting CC'd up now. Making the go on his Majesty, looking to bring him down one time. He does fall. No reincarnate available now. Making a move on the racks right now, and they clear it out. Top and mid. Taken down and apart, and they just want the throne. Dendi moves forward. I think there was a tower there briefly, but Dendi with the big damage, looking to take it right to the base. TC, though, wants to remove some of that damage. Static links to come. Even has 10 more seconds before he's back. Big Mystic Flare dropped on Dendi, but he still lives. Taking it right to the throne halfway life. Dendi ends up falling. Not going to buy back and get back into the fight for now, but ХВОСТ, the one still standing, chopping away, and here goes. Pegasus with the jump in, throws out the chronosphere on ХВОST. ХВОST, though, trying to send a little bit back with the return, but he is a big boy. Soaking up lots of that damage. The second chronosphere catches onto this, but not ХВОST. ХВОST is going to just sit here and try to get as much damage before he ultimately will fall and be taken down. Dendi actually did end up buying back and going towards the bottom lane, and, well, I don't know.
He actually fought back and tried to TP to a creep that TC killed, so he couldn't get there. And in fact, even actually chronoed on top of where he was TPing too. I don't think there's any way though. Liquid are going to be able to win this one. There's just too much. Koik is down for 84 seconds. Bulba will buy back, but what's that going to do for you? The catapult doing a lot of work to these towers, and finally they will turn their attention to Demon, but I think that might be it. The chronosphere is not there for another 41 seconds. I don't see any way Liquid defend this one.
They're going to do some jumping. There goes the last one. They grab up Demon and he will fall. Shivers to fly out as well, but that is easily more than enough. GG is going to be called, and unfortunately for the Liquid boys, their streak will end for today, and Navi managed to grab up their first win of day number 3 here at the International.
What a game. A game that felt solely in Liquid's favor for some time, and then all of a sudden Navi come back, Dendi jumps in, does so much damage, cracking exterior,